morning, YouTubers, friends, followers, but mainly good morning to the subscribers of this channel. Thank you very much for your support and sticking with me. But if you're watching this video right now and you have not yet subscribed, why not? It's free. But it's not necessarily freedom of speech. Well, people, the last 24 hours have been manic here in the 𝐄𝐏𝐈𝐂 household and wherever I've been. My phone's been non-stop. My phone has been going, when I was doing even live chats with people, when I was doing live interviews with people, even the top of my phone as I was chatting, there was messages coming in from other people wanting to chat. I always choose, well, who to speak to. For instance, yesterday, as you all now know, one of my great journalistic friends who I have a lot of trust in, I know you're probably thinking journalists don't get it right all the time. You're right, they don't. So you have to carefully select which journalist that you trust, you have got trust in. And my number one guy is a guy called Sean Raymond. So yesterday, as I was speaking to Sean Raymond, I was getting messages from other people. The features editor from the Sunday People and the Daily Mirror got in touch. And they were like, Trevor, do you mind talking about this? I did say, because you have to, listen, and I always say this from day one, the minute you mess up your integrity is the day you die a death. Not figuratively speaking, but it's a day you lose trust. So as I was getting a call from different people, I went, listen, first of all, this guy's name was Matthew. Matthew, I am going to let you know now that I do speak to Sean Raymond. So if Sean is happy for me to talk to you, then I will do it. But Sean gets everything, that all my knowledge and all the things, and I answer his questions first. He's number one. I know he's got a story out tomorrow, which is out now, in today's People and in today's Sunday People and today's Mirror. There's stories in there from different veterans. And so I always make sure that I don't never ever undervalue the guy who gives you a platform in the media. So that's what I did. I spoke to him and he went, oh, okay, thanks, Trevor. Thanks for letting me know. I then got in touch with the other journalists and I said, listen, he says, Trevor, it's okay. We know you're speaking to Sean. He works for us. It's okay. But thank you for your honesty. And that's what you do. Don't screw people over. Anyway, back to it. Today I found quite strange. There was a guy last year that I criticised. His name is Pen Farthing. He's an ex-Royal Marine Commando who opened up a dog sanctuary in Afghanistan, in Kabul. Can't remember the name of it. Don't really care. But he's in the paper today. Now, you must always, if you're going to say a lie, you're going to trip up the following year. That's the truth. If you tell the truth never changes. The truth never changes. The only thing that changes is lies. So I remember this last year. You may correct me. Comment below. Pen Farthing was struggling to get his dogs out of Afghanistan and his pets out of, his staff out. And there was loads of tit-for-tat shit with the MOD and the Home Office. It was all over the media. And I remember saying, well, what type of a fucking idiot opens up a dog place in Afghanistan, in Kabul, where the Taliban are? That was my initial reaction. Then the Americans pulled out. And then it was, he needed to leave. The Taliban were going to take over. He needed to leave. He needed to leave. The Taliban were taking over. Well, today, I've just read what he said. In fact, do you know what, people? Stay there. I'm going to go and read it to you. I'm back. So today, page 6 and 7 of the Sunday People, I will show you. As you can see, my beautiful face in the middle there. Who's at the bottom? Pen Farthing. Now, I want your opinion on this. This is from Pen Farthing. Former Royal Marine Commando Pen Farthing, who runs an animal charity in Afghanistan, also criticised Harry and claimed his comments His comments had forced him to flee the country. Now, I'm not a fan of Harry's, but I'm also not going to let bullshit prevail. I think we all know that Penn Farthing escaped Afghanistan because the Americans had pulled out and the Taliban had taken over, and he wanted his pets and his staff out. But now Penn Farthing is saying he had to flee Afghanistan because of what Harry said, and he is now no longer a royalist. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to call bullshit on what Penn Farthing said. Now, I will speak out about certain things if I'm asked. Now, here's the thing. I don't go phoning around the media going, I have a story. No, that doesn't happen. The media contact me and go, Trevor, can you comment on this? Can you comment on that? Can you comment on this? Sometimes I say no. Believe it or not, I do. I turn down in the last couple of weeks, well, in the last week, I've turned down maybe, 30, 40 interviews? Couldn't be arsed with it. They want me to comment on certain things about Harry, and I'm going to be honest. The topics they want me to comment on, I don't want anything to do with. I would only comment on the veterans things because I'm a veteran, what it was like in Afghanistan because I was in Afghanistan, and certain things which do with security. And that is things that people ask me to comment on. But I'm not going to comment on, Trevor, do you think Harry's ex-girlfriend in Chelsea is still the love of his life? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Go ask someone else. I don't care. Trevor, do you think that Meghan Markle is this and Meghan Markle? I said, listen, I don't care. Listen, I would rather not comment. I would rather not comment on that. If you're going to ask me questions to do with security, Afghanistan, what it was like on the front line, then I will give you my own personal opinion based on my experience. But I'm not going to go and start talking about shit just because he's in the media. At the end of the day, his book will be the world's bestseller. It really will. A lot of people will buy it because they love him. A lot of people will buy it because they are journalists and to criticize him. And a lot of people will buy it just to make fun of him. But at the end of the day, it's going to sell. That's what it is. So there we go. Today's Sunday People and Sunday Mirror. Read them. I've got extracts in there. I have stated, and I think you'll find out now that a lot of people are stating. Lord West has spoken out. I mean, there's lots of top guys have spoken out. I may be wrong about Penn Farthing. However, that is the knowledge I've gained from last year and this year and what I've read. So it's my opinion. There we go. Without prejudice, clearly. It's crazy because I'm trying to stay away from a topic and it's just thrown at me. It's from page 2, page 4, page 6, page 7, page 8, page 10. It's all over the media, you know. And whenever I like to talk about the media and talk what's going on, my daily rant, it's being thrown in my face. The emails are coming in non-stop, guys. One email that came in and I answered it. As soon as I answered, I got a call from the journalist who said, Trevor, what do you think? I gave him my opinion. And my opinion is this. I personally believe that the Invictus Games this year are going to be a target for jihadi extremists. That is my opinion. And that is only if that gentleman, I'll call him a gentleman, that's only if that gentleman actually appears at the Invictus Games to give out medals. I believe it's going to cost a lot of money to tighten up that security. But there we go. Right. The Labour Party, politics. The Labour Party have said that they're going to put 13,000 police officers, back on the beat. That's a bold move. Politics are saying that. It doesn't matter if 13,000 get put on, Conservative will take 13,000 back off. The problem we have now is the Conservative Party and the Labour Party, wokeism has enthralled and embedded itself in both parties. So no matter what they do, they can't. What's the point? We need to change laws to stop the bullshit getting through. There's no point putting 13,000 police officers back on the beat. The Home Office's new figures, this is a fact, by the way, for the YouTube human reviewer. Home Office have released figures saying that 90% of crimes in the UK went unsolved in 2022. 90% of crimes in the UK went unsolved. Listen to this. 100% of hate crimes on social media platforms were all investigated. Crazy, isn't it? Maybe that's why things are falling apart. That's what they say. Excuse me. And human rights activists have now kicked up a stink. Check this out. Human rights activists have said Cristiano Ronaldo going to play football in Saudi Arabia, he is a voice. He's a voice of good. He should use his voice to call out inhumane human rights. What? He's a footballer being paid £172 million a season. It's got nothing to do with him. Let him play football. And if you're a human rights activist, it's your job to call it out, not his. Exactly. Do what you want to do. This is what I hate about most organisations. They get these jobs, they get these things, they get into a position and then they go, okay, you need to help us. It's a bit like feminism. Feminism doesn't work unless men support it. Exactly. You can't do things by yourself. You need other people. So if you... I've just changed the subject there. So if you want feminism to work, stop fucking telling men they're scum. You need men to help you achieve your goals. So why not treat everyone equal? If you treat everyone equal, you'll find out who the assholes are in society, whether they're men or women or black or white or yellow or pink, doesn't matter. You need to call out the ones that are doing the bad stuff. But don't tarnish everyone with the same stuff. Let footballers and sports stars get on what they're doing. If they choose to get involved, then they will. But don't call them out. If you call them out, they won't actually speak up for you. There we go. Right. I'm also hearing that trains, listen to this here, railway strikes are going to last the whole year. There's going to be strikes the whole year. Going to be honest, this is why I don't travel to London that much anymore. And I don't travel to Manchester, which is where they have Media City. I don't travel around. See, when people say, Trevor, we were wondering if you would like to come down for an interview. We're going live with, I don't know, 𝐄𝐏𝐈𝐂. We're going live with Jeremy Vine. We're doing this. I'm going to be honest, I've turned down every interview with Jeremy Vine. I did one with him about 2 years ago via radio. But I don't do it now because I don't... You have to believe and think the person that's interviewing you is impartial. If you already know that somebody wants to speak to you, and if you already know they have an agenda, I just go, nah, you're all right, mate. Do it yourself. Speak to someone in the Labour Party, someone that likes bicycles. Yep, they'll do well. Have you got a bike? Yeah, I've got a bike. So why are you anti-bike? I'm not anti-bike. I've got a bike and a helmet. I just don't wear black hat, black fucking helmet, black jacket, black trousers, black shoes, drive a black bike with no lights on the fucking main road. Those idiots are asking to be hit by a car. There we go. And you know what they do as well? These idiots, right? I'm digressing here, but they wear completely black outfits on a road at night with no lights, but they have a camera on to film you. Oh, look at this driver. Look at this driver. This driver's mental. Look how he treated me. Well, maybe flip the camera around and let everyone see how you're dressed, you knobhead. Maybe that's why he reacted like that. Don't you bark. Zeus? No. He's been fed. Yeah. So, yeah. But the real strike's going to last a year. I say try and do most of your work on Zoom or at home. There's no point. And that way the reels will lose the money. That's the only way to do it, isn't it? Right. What else is happening? It's been reports that there's over 800 soldiers in the British Army that weigh over 18 stone. Why is that? Because we can't tell them to lose weight because then we offend them. And if we offend them, it could be a hate crime. The army is woke, weak, wasteful. Talking of wasteful, did you know that the Ministry of Defence's civil service side of it has just spent £3.2 billion trying to bring out they bought 589 new tanks called the Ajax tank. But they're never going to see the light of day. No one's ever seen them. We think that we now have decided that they may not work. So that's 3.2 billion wasted. Yes. How do we get the money back? Maybe we should get rid of Maybe we should disband more soldiers. Yeah, get rid of the soldiers. Bring in drones. Get rid of the soldiers. Yep, stick them on the... Yep, that's what will happen next. But what we never see is members of the civil service get redundancy. Well, people, listen, that's enough. That's a long video. That's enough. I think you've had enough of me today. Have a great day, but mainly stay safe. Thanks to those who are voluntarily donating to my PayPal, which is in the description of the video. Thank you very much. I'll have more things coming out this week in the media, and I will let you know first. Take care. Stay safe.